Good morning, everybody. First bit of 2021, agent training, updates, tips, tricks, things like that here. I promise I'm going to keep these short here. That's my goal this year. Zillow, first topic of 2021. Zillow lead follow-up in integration with Real Geeks. So again, I'm going to keep this short. You should be able to see my screen. If you have any questions about anything we're going over, please let me know. I will let you know. I know some people, agents, all of us, we get burnout on online leads, Zillow leads, calls, things like that, to where they may not seem like they're the motivation of the buyer is not immediate, or they're not ready to buy something, tomorrow. So we tend to let some of that stuff fall through the cracks, or kind of lose our gumption to talk to some of these people. I will let you know, I know for a fact, both our office and another office, both had phone calls that came through, Zillow calls, that were buyers north of $500,000. So what's that mean? I mean, that's a $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 commission that were from a Zillow call, to where you never know who is going to call. Even a low level lead or a low price point lead. I'm sure I've told all of you the story before. One of my best contacts, one of my best clients ever, who actually just got his real estate license. He's in another town. He came through on like a $15,000 lead or some $10,000, junk call, something like that. Had I not taken that lead, had I not making that follow up, I've sold him probably 7 or 8 different homes. He's worked on a lot of different flips and things like that. So, you just never know what lead you're going to get, what you're going to run into. And the big thing is the consistency in follow up, making sure you keep it in front of them, make sure you touch them several times right up front, try to make that connection, and then work forward with trying to follow up on a consistent basis, weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever the case may be, because everybody's not ready to buy as soon as they make a phone call connection. What's the best way to do that, or one of the best ways? Zillow, they're updating their Premier app. So what you're going to need to do is, instead of it necessarily coming through as a phone call, and I doubt it'll switch overnight, it'll probably come through as a little bit of both. On your Zillow app, it'll come up with a call directly through the app. So instead of it being a normal phone call, it's going to come through the app. What will happen then is it'll allow you to be able to see the property, get some information if there is any about the client, any notes that they put in and things along that line, and their home searches and things along that. So it's not you're out to eat or whatever, you get a phone call. It's hard to, we've all done it, you have get on your phone real quick, you get, Bob the buyer call, and you're trying to figure out where they're at, what property is it available, is it not, do you even know anything about the property? That happens to me quite a bit. If you're out and a brand new property comes up, you don't know that the buyer hasn't just seen it a minute ago because it just got listed. So you're probably not going you're not going to know a lot of what's on there. So this is what they're updating on the app. You'll get client, or the customer information, the property they're on, if Zillow's information is up to date as far as for active, contingent, pending, things like that. That question hasn't been answered yet. So what do you say? So when you do connect, and I'll get with making sure how you connect here, what Zillow would like you to do is basically say, thanks for calling about 123 Main Street. When would you like to look? That's all they've already pushed at. That's all they've really asked us to do. We as agents, you got to do a little more follow-up than that. You probably don't need to push extraordinarily hard on that very first conversation, but you at least want to get a little bit of information. Have they looked at other homes? Have they talked to a lender? Are they working with another agent? Just basic stuff. Try to get to know them, get to know their motivation. On their scripting, on their first conversation, I'll include all this in the notes. They give a little script to download, which is right here. I have the link right below. So you should be able to see that. ALM, appointment, location, and motivation. Appointment start the conversation with, when do they want to go see the property? And they literally want us to go to, if I can pull it up right here, setting up an ALM. So an appointment that's an in-person, a video chat request, or a recording, which you may or may not have a recording of a property. So you get offered to send that right to them. And in person, and they do not want us pressuring, and you shouldn't pressure anybody, especially, COVID's still around, to do an in-person. The belly to belly stuff is fantastic. It's a great way to build rapport, build that relationship. But if they're not comfortable with it, or if they can't make it to that, or you got that distance involved, then, you may need to do a Zoom call, a FaceTime, or something like that. I'm not going to read through all this. I'll include the link to that quick, short read. There are a lot of great little nuggets in there. What you see on the app, let me back up a step here. So the MLS status, so is it active, is it not? Customer notes, if there are any, and what home search, what they've got, price point, things like that they've been looking at. So you get to know a little bit about them. This will give the video, give you a short little demonstration of how that comes through. What you need to do is you get notified, you accept the new connection, you get a chance to review the details before they immediately throw you on the phone with them. So you have some knowledge, even that quick 10, 20, 30 seconds of quick homework, and it should pop right up right on the app. Will give you a good leg up versus you're trying to talk to them, copy and paste of 123 Main Street and put it into Realtor, the MLS to figure out what's going on. And connect and introduce yourself, and don't push too hard. Just, hey, Bill Jones, Remax, so you come through on 123 Main Street. You have questions, you want to set up a tour, and just start the conversation. Other things to know. Here we go. It's on the next page. Okay, so what you're going to need to do. You likely, or you should, have the Zillow Premier app. We've got everybody connected. When we do get a transfer, it should automatically connect to your profile. If it doesn't, we try to switch it on the back end so it is connected to you. Bob the buyer comes in, we want to make sure they're talking to the right person when they come back in through our gateway. Through Zillow, you do want to encourage them before you get off the phone, and in subsequent follow-ups, try to get them to select you as their agent in Zillow. So anytime they come back to the app, they don't see 2-3 other agents. They're not getting, down someone else's pipeline. They should reconnect with you, and they have a short window. I think it's like a month. They keep you in front of them with that. So what you're going to want to do, open up your Zillow Premier app or go to your little tool menu on your phone. I'm sure it's all different, Apple, Android, whatever. Mine just looks like a little wheel. Find Zillow Premier. I had to search for Premier, and then Zillow popped up. So you go to that app. You go to your settings within your app, and if you need help, it's all right on there. They've got the demo. Or if not, I can try to help you with that. If you have an iPhone, I don't know. I'll try. So you go to your app, search for that, Premier Agent, and you probably can't see my screen here, but I'll just kind of walk you through that. Open up the Premier. So this is your app settings on your phone. You want to make sure that the notifications are set up and running. So I go to notifications and make sure all those little bars are checked on there. So you do get the push notifications, you do get the text, the emails, things like that. You should already have your profile set up where you have your picture, phone number, email, things like that, so they can connect with you. And next step from that is getting into the actual Premier app, which I'll open the app itself. If you go down to the bottom, mine is the bottom left-hand corner, there's the More button. Down here to get help and feedback, right about that. So it says get help and feedback. And there's several questions you get. I have questions about my listing. I have an issue with the app. I want to test the connection process is what you're going to look for. On my phone, it's the third one down. I want to test the connection process. That's where they'll set up a phone call. You can enable your microphone if need be, and make sure your notifications are set up properly. So that's it. Here's a quick script. Again, their appointment location motivation. Again, I'm not going to read through this. We've all kind of been through it. I'm going to ask that you dig a little deeper than what they have. They don't want us to push real hard, but so that's it. Online leads aren't going away. COVID hasn't gone away yet. So we're going to have to adjust and pivot a little bit still, or keep doing what we've been doing. But connect with those leads. The leads are fantastic. It is a numbers game. Make sure, again, there's good ones, there's bad ones. You don't know what you're going to get. We've had some fantastic ones come through. We've had some junk ones come through. You kind of have to wade through that. But follow up. Make sure you do talk to them, get them in the system, get them in Zillow, have them select you as you're their Premier agent, you're their agent to connect with. Make sure your Zillow app is set up. And then get them set up in RG. So that's ultimately our end goal then, is get them set up in Real Geeks with a search, with a follow-up plan, things like that. That way we can get them away from the Zillows and the realtors. Hopefully we can kind of watch what they're doing in the back end and watch for those opportunities for you guys. So every time they've clicked on a property so many times, they want to connect, they want to conversate, we can do those opportunities. So when you get those in Slack, make sure that you do get that and try to follow up with them. That's a great point to go, or a great point in time in their search to try to initiate a follow-up call, text, email, whatever, however you can get in front of them. So follow up. We're going to adjust some of the stuff in RG, more of that to come then. We have some additional lead sources in RG in a different way where we're going to accept some of these leads. We're going to keep everything as much the same as possible, but we're always looking to improve. That's the goal this year, to make things quicker, easier, faster for everybody, so we can get out there and sell more real estate and enjoy our lives. So that's it for now. Let me know if you have any question.